I'm actually just sitting on my couch after work, y'all. So I'm a little, y'all know how it be when you just need and got off work and you just be chilling, girl. And I'm sitting back on my couch and I was just thinking about some stuff. So of course, I wanted to hit the live button and talk to y'all. So I wanted to talk about when he comes back. I know I said I was going to talk about the chill girl, but I like to let these topics flow freely versus like planning them per se because this is more like a, I think it's more like a video diary or like a video journal to a degree, but it's like also intended to help people who are along their journey and like leveling up or just being, like, you know, leveled up basically. And I don't even want to just use the term leveled up at like in such a cliche manner. Like I kind of want it to sound more like improving yourself. While you're improving yourself and the stuff that you encounter as you improve yourself, like one of the things is going to definitely be that your exes and people who are in the past will um, rediscover you. You know what I'm saying? And um, it's flattering at first, you know what I'm saying, depending, but I kind of want to break down when he comes back, okay? Because I feel like for the most part, like everybody will probably say, don't go back, like it's like a black and white, like, oh, if somebody comes back, don't go back, da 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 da. Instead of doing that, I just want to break it down, right? Because we don't want to just make anything black and white. Everything is on a spectrum. And y'all, I do believe that people can change, right? But I believe that people can only change if they want to, okay? And I do believe also that there is a time period necessary for change to happen. So, yeah, that means if y'all just broke up a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, that's not enough time. Not for change. Like, if you think about the last time you earned a skill, like you actually got out here and learned something new, something that was going to that you wanted to use to either make some money or anything like that. I don't even like, let's just use a skill because if we talk about people changing, we know like it's too obscure, right? But if we parallel it with the last time you tried to learn a skill or the last time, I'm saying, you tried to find a new way to make some money, then we can understand the process of change and how long it actually takes from making the decision to change to also actually applying the changes and not just applying them, but like doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through all of that after making a decision to change. So a year is not enough time. So we can say that if you've had a ex in the past year and he tries to come back and you think that somehow things have changed or maybe, I'm just going to say probably not. You know what I'm saying? It's not very likely. Okay? So my general rule is 5 years. My general rule is 5 years. And that is, I feel like that is generous. I feel like that is generous, y'all. Hey, what's up? Hey, y'all, people joining. I appreciate y'all for joining and whatnot. We speaking on when he comes back, if he comes back, etc. It having to do with the level up and in general, as you're improving yourself. This is stuff that does happen. So, should we totally disregard it? I don't necessarily think so. I think we should think deeply about it before we disregard it. And sometimes you need to immediately disregard it, but you'll know when there will be obvious reasons to immediately disregard something like that, right? So, I feel like, but if it's subtle, right? Somebody who didn't do you wrong, I am a 90s baby, so I am, within the 20 to 30s range. So it's like, I'm not that old, people from high school, I don't necessarily view them as they couldn't have changed over the last few years. Like we're talking high school to adulthood. People have changed. You know what I'm saying? But let's be practical, right? Let's be practical about the change. Now, that's why I'm giving a minimum of 5 years for change. So just in case people need that kind of thing to reference. So basically, what I'm saying is, okay, once we have gotten past the 5 year mark of, okay, we can consider this because it's been at least 5 years. I would say 5 years is a good amount of time for some change to occur. Not huge, probably not huge, huge change, but like people could have kids, people could, certain things in 5 years, people can went from, you know, broke to rich. They could have gone from rich to broke. It's a lot of things that can happen. So, what's the next thing you want to look for? I would say the method in which they use to come back. So, if it's something simple like, oh, they found you on social media or running into the person or whatever, these types of things, then you have to consider everything that occurred from the moment they found you on social media or ran into you in public. And you have to kind of consider it, like watch it like a movie, but look at the foreshadowing basically. So I'm not gonna lie, I had something recent happen, but I'm not gonna say specifically what happened, just because in general I feel like, you know, privacy. But I want to give y'all some things just to think about. So if he bumps into you, right, and y'all are like, oh hey, what's up? Oh hey, what's up? Y'all, you know how it is. It's so good to see you, and especially because like even in the 20 to 30s years, y'all, people have passed on. Like this is not, when you think about it on this real type of level, y'all, if the man immediately sees you and he immediately starts doing some weird, like manosphere type stuff, oh, thank you so much for subbing. Um, but yes, if he starts doing some manosphere type stuff and you consider that you knew him back in high school and that there are people in y'all's class that haven't even made it this far, and the first thing he does is some manosphere, like trying to be cool, trying to like play you because he needs to feel his pride or feel his chest puff up, and he just freaking seen you, and it's not just like automatically just like, oh hey, what's up, it's good to see you. Girl, that'll be your first, I'll give it a yellow flag. That'll be your first yellow flag because the energy is wrong. So if that means the intention is already wrong, that means that it doesn't matter what you, well, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what you intend for the situation, because actually it does. But at that time, you at least get a full kind of a picture of like where he thinks this is going, And depending on how you want to work your set, like some people might still, exchange phone numbers and then just kind of watch it from there and say, okay, he might wait a week to call you and then, do something weird then. You never know. Or he might just call you the next day and say, hey, what's up? Let's go out to eat, which would I feel like would be the most normal thing to do, right? If you haven't seen a person in 5+ years and y'all run into each other or they find you on social media or whatever the case, do I got someone I know? Basically, if they immediately hit you up, just want to go out to dinner or go out to lunch or whatever, you don't have to necessarily take it romantically. You don't have to, like, you can know in your mind that that person may be attracted to you and keep it in the back of your mind, but don't treat him or the situation automatically romantically. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like treat it like a friendly, okay, I just ran into this person, even if it was someone you dated. And I'm speaking on terms of maybe back in high school, or like I said, 5 to 10 years or something like that. It's been so long that y'all shouldn't be doing anything but like catching up. You know what I'm saying? It should not go straight into some weird expectation or some type of like, you can tell when a guy is just trying to hurry up and get you somewhere. Like you could tell when a guy is like, by the way he's talking to you, what he invites you to do. You know what I'm saying? If you make it clear that, like, okay, let's say he invites you to do something immediately. That's something that is kind of manosphere-esque that these guys will do to kind of test you, to see like, oh, will you jump up out your bed or jump up out your house and come do something with them right now if they request it. If you just like, y'all, now y'all know this can be, it could be something y'all do, like let's say y'all run into each other at the mall and y'all just so happen to go to food court and catch a bite. That's different. I'm talking about if he's got your number and he just randomly texts you and wants you to go somewhere right now. First of all, I would say don't do that. Don't ever do that, because men are going to clock that and automatically feel like, okay, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it becomes an expectation. And then, they know how to manipulate that to make it seem like, okay, for them to have an expectation from you and be like, oh, basically, you need to be putting more effort into a relationship that's not even a relationship yet, because, but it makes you feel like the relationship is a little bit more deep because he's feeling possessive at the moment and he wants to make you feel that. So you have to be careful of this manipulation at the beginning. Clock all the things the guy does when he comes back. From the moment he meets you to the moment he calls you to the moment he invites you to do something. Like, one, you'll be able to tell if it's something platonic by the energy of it all. Is he trying to hurry up and rush you to get somewhere? When you say no, I don't want to go there, does he say, well, do you want to go somewhere else? Does he try to change plans and make you comfortable, or does he try to pull some slick, like, oh well, like, oh well, you don't have to go with me, but I don't care, I'll go with somebody else, or you know what I'm saying? Or does he start subliminally posting things after, you know what I'm saying? Clock everything, right? And that'll be able to tell you to determine whether you should even give this person your time. Because, like a lot of the girls have said, most of the time when they come back, they're just back to see if you're still stupid. They're just back to see if they can still hit it. And especially if you've made some major changes, they want to know if they could hit the old you and the new you. You know what I'm saying? For to them, it's like playing boss level in a game. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, and you should play your own game. Have some fun too. I'm not going to lie. Like, listen, in my situation, I had my fun because I was definitely understanding exactly what was going on. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The messaging, the way he was, certain things was happening. I was definitely clocking it, but I was also having my fun with it too, because when he's unserious, you need to be unserious. Okay. When you know that he's not being platonic and he's not showing platonic friendship after all these years, right? And this is just considering that it's been enough years for you to even consider talking to this person again, right? If he's not showing platonic energy, if he's getting mad when you're not wanting to take the little weird stuff he tries to do, or you're not taking the bait, or you know what I'm saying, he didn't invited you for a walk in the park like you're a dog or something like that, and he's trying to sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? Not a walk in the park and he's being platonic, but and us ladies know. I could give a bunch of examples, but ladies know. If you just got to trust yourself in that sense. You know that. Don't go in for a walk in the park. Don't take just anything that he gives you, etc. Consider it that he has decided that that's all he has to do to get you to the mattress or wherever he's trying to go. And he will get an attitude when you don't want to go. That's another thing. Because my thing is, if you don't want to go one place, like if he invites you to the walk in the park and you say no, if he doesn't change it up and say, well, you want to go somewhere else real quick, like, it's all wrong. It's wrong. He's not trying to accommodate you, and he's not even trying to impress you. So there's no need for this, right? He's not even trying to be your friend. Let's talk about that. The dude ain't seen you in years. You could be anywhere. You could be in the grave, and he don't even care. He's not even trying to be friendly. You feel what I'm saying? That's kind of telltale signs, like, definitely not for you. And honestly, when that happens, he set himself back another 5 years, because now you got to wait 5 more years for him to actually change those things. You see what I'm saying? So, and then for you, or maybe he'll start bowing down and doing something, but even then, I would have my good eye on him. Girl, because for real, it gets like that. It gets like that. So I'm not gonna automatically sit up here and tell people like, oh no, you shouldn't go back, or you should never talk to an ex, or whatever, whatever, because like Shira says, he might got some money for you or something, girl. He might have something for you, might be something beneficial. If you see something beneficial in that sense, you know what I mean? you can work your set, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can train your dog, okay? I was just telling my mom this, like, we talk about men being dogs all the time, but we don't think about house training them and what it means when you have to show them better than you can tell them. I'm not going for the little, stuff you're trying to pull. Don't say it in words. I'm telling you right now, do not. This is one number the sorry, this is one of the number one ways I see girls try to be leveled up but are not. When they a man does something or says something and they respond by saying like, "Oh no, I'm not going to take that," or like, "No, I'm not going to do that," or, "Oh," you know what I'm saying? They try to like say it out loud. I think it's like that, say it out loud so the bad thing doesn't happen type thing. I don't know. I feel like that's what we do when you're kind of nervous and you're kind of like still struggling with like holding your boundaries the way you should. I feel like sometimes you try to say it, and what men take that as is just words. Like they, especially if you lay it out to them, draw the line in the sand, like they take it as a challenge and they're definitely going to toe the line. But if you say, like, if you just do it with your actions, like if he says some weirdo stuff or does some manosphere stuff when you first meet him and you clock it and you just ghost him or do something like that, he knows why. He knows why. You do not have to explain. I promise you, you don't have to explain. I promise you, even if he's beating around the bush and you're like, okay, so, okay, are you gonna, where are we going? You know how we do. Where are we going? So, okay, you want to meet up? We're going. And he's like, oh, trying to beat around the bush. You don't have to keep trying to get something out of him for him to pick out some good place or even give you the reins and say, where do you want to go? Right? You don't have to wait for him to do that. Because if he's not giving you the reins, and you don't have to explain to him because he knows what he's doing. He knows he didn't ask you where you wanted to go. And he knows he needs to think of a place to go. And if it's not a good enough place, you have the right to decline. But a lot of women are scared to be mean to men. They're scared to say no. They're scared to be the girl that, oh, he's going to call me a gold digger. When just in general, if you want a woman to go with you anywhere, a man knows how, like, I want to say this, the man knows the reputation of men. They know how crazy the woman's world is as it has to do with men, and how we have to be so cautious in this world, and how we have to do so much to just protect ourselves from the types of men that they always try to blame us for choosing. Like, oh, that's the dude you chose, so why are you complaining? You chose him. And they don't think, okay, first of all, how can you be blamed for this man's actions because you quote unquote chose him? Like a lot of times when we choose them, they acting and they got their best Denzel Washington on anyway. They deserve a damn Oscar. So by the time certain things happen, it's not giving you chose that. But this is how men throw the blame on us, right? When it comes down to this. So this is why you have to consider all this in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these people that come back as you level up, because it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. You know, shoot, I didn't had like 80% of these dudes. Like it feels like I be fighting the final boss level in a game, y'all. Remember back in the day, you used to watch or used to play 007. Well, no, not 007. Actually, I'm thinking of a total different game. I think it's Die Hard, where you have to play all the boss levels. But it really be like that, and it'd be a test of your level up to a degree. It'd be a test of your, you know what I'm saying, your headspace. Um, but yeah, so I hope I didn't get too off track. I feel like I got off track a little bit, but I wanted to kind of reiterate. But if a man, if you're going out with a man, he should want to make you comfortable. He should want to make the space comfortable because again, he knows the reputation of men. He knows how hard it is out here for us. So if he's not trying to make you comfortable by choosing a good place where you feel, comfortable and you don't feel like he's trying to play you also, because he can also just simply be not trying to look like he's trying to play you. Simply. It ain't got to give like, oh, he just not picking a place in the hood, but like it ain't got nothing, or a McDonald's or something where you just feel like, okay, are you trying to be funny? Like he knows how to pick a place where you don't feel like he trying to play you. So if he picks coffee, like girl, like coffee is not like, do not go to coffee dates, y'all. Do not do your hair, put on your makeup, put on your good clothes, and put on your good smell goods to go to coffee. Okay, don't do it. Okay, I'm just saying, men know how to choose a place that makes you feel like the girl or whatever, at least, or at least that they care a little bit. So don't fall for it, ladies. I'm of the school of thought that men know exactly what they're doing. So if you ever have a question as to like, okay, does he know this makes me feel like this, or does he know that by inviting me to coffee that I don't feel like you really care, or does he know that, or at least it doesn't have to be that you really care, because I feel like that even has all of these weird connotations. You're not even trying to make it seem like you want to put something together for me. You know what I'm saying? And not run off to your friends after this coffee date and say, "Yeah, bro, she showed up to coffee looking like a, with all her stuff on." Please don't do that, ladies. But anywho, I'm not gonna make this video long. It is kind of long already. Um, I think I hit my points. I'm here to try to learn more English because my English is rusty. Ooh, okay. Well, definitely learn these parts. Learn what I'm saying, because if you're gonna come over here speaking English, you need to know how to level up. But no, congratulations. I love when I see like Japanese students learning English. It's so adorable to me when they be like running and with their little books and trying to say things. I don't know if y'all have ever seen those memes, but it's beautiful. But yeah, okay, I'm going. I'm about to leave so y'all can just get this message or whatever, and it don't be a too long of a video, and y'all be like, what I'm saying? I'm over it. She didn't repeat it herself, because I know I do that. But I'll be trying to remember what I was thinking before I click the lives, because I be having points I want to tell y'all. But anywho, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for the likes. I'll see y'all next time, whenever that'll be. Cause yeah, that's what we do over here. All right, bye. If I could turn it off.